don't wanna be an American idiot.
Billionaires compared the sizes of their definitions of space.
You're not gonna like this.
Go for it.
Staunchly capitalist gentleman, and I am also a capitalist, but I'm gonna just come out and say it. We should just start taking money from people. This is the problem when you let people make so much money that the human mind can't comprehend it or use it for anything useful. So we talk about the government being this wildly inefficient thing. You know what's really inefficient? 3 dudes having a dick swinging contest about how they can get to space when NASA put a fucking person on the moon in the 1960s. I don't want to hear about this. The planet's imploding, and you have more money than anybody else to actually do something
More
about
money than
it.
the government, I feel like.
Yeah, and invest in things that actually matter, and going to space doesn't matter at all unless you're an astronaut from NASA. I'm cool with that, because those are people that went to MIT and are actually trained for this. These people just have gigantic egos and small penises.
2 questions here. The first one is the common question, which is, we're sick and tired of telling NASA to use our taxpayer money to go to space, but the private companies can't go to space. Like, people are upset that we waste taxpayer dollars on going to space as a nation, as a country also.
Yeah, no, I would say it's all stupid. I would say it's all completely useless in the grand scheme of things, but I will give NASA some credit, because at least these are people that fucking went to MIT and Harvard and learned about space instead of just being like,
Well, that's all the people they employ.
I got enough money. The fuck else am I supposed to do? I got 5 yachts. I sailed on one. Gave the other to my brother the other day because
all I'm picturing is the Bo Burnham Jeffrey Bezos song now that's everywhere on TikTok.
He's not in the space race yet, but Mark Zuckerberg has like 100-acre estate in Hawaii, and it's just like, why? Like, why? There are people that are hungry. Chinook salmon are dying. There are fires every year. The planet is in a tailspin, and these 3 idiots are literally
circle jerky.
Yes, about space, and tweeting about it and say, well, he actually didn't go to space. I'm gonna be okay. I'm sorry. The fucking planet's imploding. I don't want to hear about going to space. This topic I wanted to talk about because I truly believe these people are idiotic, and I don't say that lightly. But just because you build a successful business does not mean you are God's gift to us. And I think in order to show them that, I want to take, let's shave off everything except that first $1 billion. You can keep the first $1 billion to fuck around with, but everything else we just should take.
I just don't think the government's going to do anything better with the money, but I agree with you that this is a dumb waste of money.
Let me put it this way. I would rather have my dumb elected officials that I had a choice in electing.
Skim off the top and put in their own pockets?
Who cares? It's better than 3 humans controlling more money than the bottom, 50 million of us.
How did we get to this point, though? I mean,
Here's my second follow-up to it, though. What would you say to all the people who are like, oh, look at all the great technology and innovations that came out of this original space race? Do we think that we'd also get these leaps and bounds forward in technology as a result of the new age space race? Is that worth it, though?
The planet wasn't dying.
Right.
Well, if you were black, the planet was terrible. But you get what I mean.
No, yeah.
You get what
I just want to,
For the most part, the planet was not dying. At least not visibly. Mm-hmm. And then to answer your question, how we got here, we just decided to let monopolies reign and not actually enforce capitalism, which we've talked about before. Right. Capitalism is great if everybody plays by the rules. Everybody pays taxes according to whatever rules we agree on.
But the thing is, they aren't paying taxes according to the rules we agree on.
That's a good point. But
that's what I'm saying.
The actual spirit of those rules in the sense
it's not about the spirit, it's about the law.
Fair enough.
And the loopholes.
And the loopholes.
Which are the law.
Yeah.
Which is the law.
That's what I meant.
But I would say, that's a great point. We need to reform our social compact. I will make the argument that way. We need to reform our social compact because what we have allowed to happen is not actually capitalism because we bail out businesses that shouldn't be bailed out.
Absolutely.
And we do all sorts of things that have allowed people to amass